back with a book review. And it's been a while since I made a book review because I do read, but I don't finish books. I just start them and then I start the next one and then I start the next one. And yeah, but there was one book I finished. One book. And I want to do a review about it because it's a really interesting book. It's called The Hot Zone by Richard Preston, and it was originally published in 1993, which is, for this kind of topic, it's really long ago. I mean, it's 21 years ago, but it's still awesome and I tell you about it. So this is a book like no other books I ever read. It's a non-fiction book about the discovery of the Ebola virus. Not just of one virus, because there are several strains of that virus, and he wrote about the discovery of several of those strains. So you learn about the whole history. And it's written kind of like a fictional story. The author tried to research a lot of those people that are well known as the first cases to have catched Ebola, as well as of the labs who were the first to discover the virus under their microscopes. So in some cases it seems a little bit weird because we are in the 70s, 80s, we are in deep Africa, in some hidden villages where there's no communication, and the author really at times he discovered a lot about those people, like what they did on their last days and where they catch it, and it seems a little bit much like some things he just couldn't know, I think. But in other cases he really tells, so yeah, that's the story, and then there might be this way the person got this virus, or this way, and he then just talks about their whole story, like yeah, where they got infected, at which day the first symptoms came, what they did then, where did they search medical treatment, and how did they infect other people on their journey to seeking help. At that time, when the book came out, they didn't really knew what caused the Ebola virus, or which like animals were the, you know, who had the virus in them and infected the other animals or the people. So I think nowadays it's quite clear that bats hold the virus, but the virus isn't killing them, so they go on and infect like monkeys and everyone, and then the monkeys infect humans. What I absolutely loved about this book, and what horrified me to no end, was just the biological background to the virus. I mean, you hear so much about diseases and viruses, and there's so much going on in this world, but you don't really know, or at least I don't really know, like, what are the symptoms of this virus, or why is it so deadly. And I mean, you know about a few, but I really like to learn about like all of them. I find it really interesting. And so Ebola is like the worst stuff I ever read about. It's so terrifying. Thinking about getting this virus, it's just like I would immediately want to kill myself so that I don't have to go through those things I read in this book. I can't even tell you here. Read the book. Those descriptions of the symptoms of the virus and what it does to the body are so graphic. They are not for you if you have a weak stomach. Let me tell you that. I just love that I learned so much in this book, and also about the labs all around the world who specialize in those viruses, how dangerous it really is, because still those labs, they are super specialized, but it's so fucking dangerous for them to work with those things, even if they have all those suits, and it's still, you only have to pick yourself with the needle once and then you have this virus, and it's just ugh. But the most interesting thing for me was to learn about how a virus develops in different strains. So for example, at the time this book came out in 1993, there were 4 strains of the Ebola virus. The first one was Marburg. It was a strain discovered in Marburg in Germany. Then there is the Ebola Sudan and the Ebola Zaire. I don't really know how to pronounce those African countries in the English name. And there's also Ebola Reston, and that one, it was discovered I think in the 80s in Reston in the United States. And this strain of Ebola virus spreads really fast, but it's the only one that doesn't jump to humans, so it stays with the monkeys or the animals. And I don't know, I just find it super interesting, the biological science behind this. Oh god. So I would recommend this book for everyone who is interested in non-fiction that reads like fiction. So that's a real page turner for people interested in biological things and viruses, and just people who want to learn something while they read. There's also a similar book called The Coming Plague. I just forget who wrote it, I think a woman. This is a book about different viruses and diseases and just everything about HIV and cholera and Ebola. And it seems like a huge encyclopedia kind of book. It's over 700 pages big, and this book seems to be better written than this book, The Hot Zone. But yeah, still, whatever interests you. I think they are both great, and I probably will look into the other one as well. Richard Preston also wrote another book called The Demon in the Freezer about the biological weapon anthrax, and this is a book I currently started, so maybe you get a review of it as well. Yeah, if you know any other books that fit this genre, like kind of biological, medical, non-fiction, then please recommend it to me. I also read the what was it, The Mysterious Life of Henrietta Lacks or something? I forgot the title. But yeah, that Henrietta Lacks book. And I really loved it as well. It's super interesting. So, recommend to me, please. And see you soon with hopefully more book related videos again. Bye bye!